Hello, Helen.
Hi Claire, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for joining me today to
Oh, my
do the
pleasure.
little ambassador story. So, you've been with us for a year now, haven't you?
It will be a year next week or 2 weeks' time, actually.
Oh,
Yes.
exciting. So just under a year, and you've had a really amazing journey with Tropic so far. And I would just love you to share some of that, share why you joined in the first place, and what it's given you. I'll ask you questions as you go along, but why don't we start with what made you become an ambassador in the first place?
I am a secondary school teacher. I'm part-time at the moment. I do 3 days a week, but over 4 days. And the plan was I've got two children, a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. And the plan was always for me to go back full-time when they were a bit older. That's starting to creep a little bit closer. But basically, I was on a hen do for my gorgeous best friend last year. And some of the other hens were also really good friends, all teachers. We basically had a little Tropic pamper as part of the hen do, and I've used the products for a couple of years, and I've loved all the skincare, and I started to get into the makeup. Anyway, we pampered ourselves, and I just kept saying, I love this. Oh, I need to add this. And I basically created my little shopping list. And my friend just said to me, Hels, you need to become an ambassador. You are so passionate about the products, you love them. And I'd never even considered it. I'd never even realized that it was a thing. And
Mm.
oh, massive aeroplane going overhead, sorry. And so it took me a couple of months because I was like, oh, I can't afford it. I don't have time. All the things that everyone always says.
Mhm.
And she kind of left me to it and then messaged me saying, have you thought any more? And I spoke to my husband and I just thought, do you know what? What's the worst that could happen? What could I lose? Let's just go for it, you know? You get all these incredible products, you get all the training. So I thought I'll just go for it. So my year 11s had finished their kind of exam, and I thought, do you know what? I've got a bit of time. Let's just go for it. Oh my goodness, why didn't I join up sooner? And that is what everyone says. Um, Honestly, this year has just been the most, I've got goosebumps, Claire, has been the most
Ah,
incredible year. It's cheesy, but the journey that I've been on and the fun that I've had and the experiences that I've had, not just selling the products and meeting new people, customers, but the joy and the fun of everything that Tropic encapsulates, everything it's about is just, oh my goodness me, it's been incredible. It really has been amazing.
it sounds cheesy, but it literally did change my life, and I know that you feel like it's changed yours. Yeah, it
And I'm
is
really
so
and
much
I'm
more
really
than selling
excited.
skincare, isn't it? So much
Yeah,
more than that.
it really is. And then people are like worried, oh, you're going into like a scheme or whatever. But actually, what I love about Tropic is I love that there's no pressure, there's no targets, but the incentives, it's made me realize just how competitive I am, not with anyone else, with myself, and how much I love the staff and the incentives and the
Yeah,
experience.
dangle me a carrot and I'm there.
Yeah.
Offer me a holiday
What,
to try and get on, and I'm there.
what an incredible group of people though that you join, and it really is a family. You have the support is there, and just it's incredible. And you know what I love about it is that people can do however much they want. I
Yeah,
don't have a huge amount of time, but I'm finding the time to do things. I
yeah,
have one day off a week, so I use my Tuesdays as my Tropic Tuesday, and I get myself out there and I'm meeting, and it's pushed me out of my comfort zone.
mm,
I'm a drama teacher, but I'm not that confident meeting new people, which sounds
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
But it really has kind of given me like a sparkle and given me the confidence that I can do this,
yeah,
and achieving things along the way really kind of proving to me that I can achieve this, and I can do it. So if I can do it,
yeah,
absolutely anyone can, you
yeah.
know?
And there'll be people out there watching this because it's going to go on social media and my YouTube channel and all of that sort of stuff. There'll be people watching this thinking, well, gosh, how did she do that then? How has she achieved a lot? Because by the way, people, she has achieved a lot. This girl has gone places in the year. She's well on her way to getting on a lovely trip. She's Tropic Fest, which is going to be very, very exciting. But not only that, she earned a place where only 50 people in the whole company earned a place on a very special development retreat, which is a fabulous thing to go on. And also after that, just very recently, literally a couple of days ago, really, it feels like Helen is promoted to leader within Tropic, which is a really fantastic milestone and a really great achievement. And we're really, really proud of her. So, how exactly did you do that? There'll be people thinking, well, how do you do that in a year? How have you gone from having no customers and no sales to, I mean, you regularly smash sort of £4,000 a month of sales, don't you? Is that your average? Would you say 4,000 or 3,000?
Yeah, between 2.5 and 3.5, maybe. I've done 4 a couple of times, and it's
Or a
been,
couple
yeah,
of times. That's what's
yeah,
stuck in my head, you see. The big numbers stick in my head.
yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. So, how have I done it? Well, I started really small. It took me 3 months to do my first get together because I was nervous. I
Mhm,
started small. I started just doing borrow bags or
mhm,
getting people around to do one-to-ones. I actually did some training today with a new team member, and
mhm,
she's at the place where I was last year. And just starting really small and learning as you're going and doing the training, it's made me realize how much I love learning.
mm,
Just really kind of learning about the products, learning about how it all works. Yeah, starting small, but also not being afraid to talk to people and
mm,
share my passion and my love for the products.
mm,
So starting small, one-to-ones, borrow bags. I didn't do my first stall until Christmas.
mhm.
And I didn't set myself big targets. And I know you always said to me, Claire, you said, Helen, set the targets that scare you. And I was like, no, I don't know about that. I'm a bit scared initially. And I'm doing it now. I'm setting those
Good.
targets and I'm meeting them, and I'm then setting bigger targets.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so starting small, don't put too much pressure on yourself. And it's amazing how many people that you already have in your life, and the network of people that you already kind of interact with on a daily basis, especially mums.
mm,
We are busy mums, even, I mean, if you work, if you don't work, there are so many different kind of pockets and groups of people that you can talk to.
mm.
And so starting small. So yeah, as I said, one-to-ones, borrow bags. I then started doing kind of well-being in the workplace and basically getting that body smooth on people's hands. I call it
Yes,
the magic body smooth.
yeah,
And really, and also just looking after your customers. So once you get a customer, following up and just having those conversations and looking after them. So sending them
yeah,
a message or a
absolutely.
voice note, like thanking them for their order initially, and then a couple of weeks after they've received it, just checking in, just making sure you're happy with the products. I
Mhm.
mean, how lucky are we that Tropic HQ give the most incredible customer service I have ever experienced?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing the fact that if someone doesn't isn't getting on with what they've got, within the 30-day period they can send it back. Is just incredible.
Yeah.
Um,
And
you
that
can't
really
do that with
helps.
most creams you buy in places, can you?
No, absolutely. And just making it personal and just listening to people and learning their stories and learning kind of what their needs are. If you ask someone about what their skincare needs are, you will find out a lot about their lives. They'll tell you, oh, my skin's not very good today. I've kind of got a few breakouts because I'm having a really stressful time at work. and
Yeah,
and actually you learn more about them than their skin, and you learn about them as a person, and actually you make so many friends. Like, I have so many new
absolutely.
customers now who are friends.
Yeah.
And it's more than just selling skincare. I know that sounds so cliched,
No, but
but
it's
the
true.
friends that I've made, yeah, the experiences, and obviously you are way down the line, and actually you're probably still experiencing that even when you kind of meet new customers and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff as
all the
well. So it's,
time. I'm making new friends and,
yeah,
meeting new people all the time. And it's
yeah.
lovely. And one of the things I love as well is seeing people coming up the career path as well, like you, and, getting closer to you as you're going along and as your journey's getting exciting, finding out about that. And it's really lovely because we're part of, a fantastic team of ladies, and it is really, really good fun. You have to
And
sort of
that's the thing.
convince myself that it's actually work sometimes.
Yes. And I think that's the thing as well. Like, I don't mind putting the hard work in because actually it doesn't feel like I'm working. It is so
Mm,
much fun. I love looking after customers. I love making new friends. I love
mm,
the incredible incentives that Tropic offer and drop
mm,
very regularly. The development treat was just, I mean, it was next level. It was just incredible. And
mm,
I'm so lucky. And initially, when I got on there and for the first kind of day, I felt a bit like an imposter. I was like, I don't deserve to be here.
mm.
Um, I why am I special? And actually, after the weekend, I I started to believe that actually I am special, and I have worked hard, and I did deserve it. And so
Yeah,
Tropic look after us. The incentives are amazing. The family, the support, the training is amazing. You know, the downline and all of your leaders and everything. It's just the most fun. It really is, and you
Oh,
can make some money along the way. You know,
yeah,
and
exactly. And yeah, talking about money, like, have you got a why? Have you got a reason for doing this? Everybody's got their different reasons for doing this. For some people, they're saving for something. For some people, it's because they want an extra bit of money to, you know, buy a pair of shoes every month and not feel guilty or whatever. People have got all sorts of different reasons, big whys. This is my job now, so this is how I'm paying bills and mortgage and all of that. So how about you? Have you got a
so
reason?
my why initially, to be honest, it's hard to kind of pinpoint it. I wish I'd written it down. And my
Mm,
newbies now, I'm kind of the new ambassadors that are joining. I'm saying write down your why because it's so interesting and fascinating to see how your why evolves and changes. So
mm,
my why initially was um to get the discount, I'm not going to lie. And also just to make a little bit of money, just to pay the bills and put food on the table. My husband's got 3 jobs, I've got 2 jobs, he's a firefighter, and actually we're not paid well in these kind of professions. I'm a teacher.
mm,
And but I also wanted to, in my 40s now, I also wanted to show my children that actually I can put myself out there, I can challenge myself, and I can learn
mm,
something new, a completely new industry. I'd never left the
mm,
classroom,
mm,
and to show them that actually if you work hard you can be successful. And that's still my why. And
mm,
they keep saying, oh mum, you're a leader now, and now you've got this, and now you've got this. And they listen to conversations, and that's a lovely thing about Tropic as well.
yeah,
It fits in perfectly around your family. And I've got
mm.
a 9-year-old daughter who absolutely is going to become an ambassador when she's 18. She loves all the products. She loves coming on live with me and all that kind of stuff. And actually, that's okay. It's completely okay to fit it around
Yeah,
your family. And so, but my why, yeah, I would say my why is now, yeah, as I said, to show my children that I can achieve in something that I put my mind to show them that you can have fun when you're while you're working.
mm,
And there's always things that we want to buy, isn't there? Aren't there? I mean, we'd love to be able to put an extension on our house. We'd love to be able to eventually get a camper van and go to and
mm,
explore. But these things kind of take time, and
yeah,
yeah, that would be fantastic. But the why is really to have fun and to show my kids that hard work pays off, really.
yeah, yeah. And how many hours a week do you think you put into your Tropic business?
Um, that's a tough one. So I have my Tropic Tuesday. So I dedicate kind of 9 till 3, either going into workplaces doing well-being, or now meeting kind of my team members, doing stalls. I do like monthly pop-ups. But I do probably do little bits and pieces kind of as and when most evenings. Quite
Mm,
often I'll schedule my social media posts in the morning at like 6 in the morning before anyone else gets up with a cup of tea in bed, you know.
mhm.
So in terms of hours, probably a fair amount at the moment, but I am building my business, and so actually I
Yeah,
don't mind doing that.
exactly. Yeah,
But the
exactly.
great thing is you can spend as many hours or as a few hours as you want to, or you can do.
Yeah. And you find pockets of time, don't you? It's like,
Yeah,
you've got, you know, you work 4 days a week, but you
yeah,
dedicate your Tuesday to your Tropic business. And I think that's how people can do it. There's a lot of people on the team. I can think of a load of ladies that work 4 days a week or 3 days a week, for example, or even some full-time ladies. And they just find the pockets of time of when
yeah,
they're going to do what we might call a power hour of like just
yeah,
focusing on Tropic then and focusing on Tropic then.
absolutely.
I very
I've
much,
got
I'm
Go
similar.
on.
I mean, I work it around school runs.
Yeah,
I need to finish at 3 o'clock. Ready to go and do the mammoth, almost 2-hour school run I have to do to two different schools of getting on here and doing this, that, and the other, and then it's tea time, and it's this and the other, and then I'll be sat down, maybe again in the evening if I've got someone to talk to in the evening, or a meeting or something like that, or a pamper, or I might do an hour or so in the evening, maybe 2 hours some evenings, and it just depends. So everything's just, I find, yeah, very, very flexible, and
absolutely.
make it fit and work for you.
My kids do a lot of clubs. I've always kind of wanted to give them as many experiences as possible, and so I am mum's taxi. Like between the hours of like 4 and 8, really, I
Mm,
am out and about taking them to athletics or dancing or football or whatever.
mm,
And those are the kind of while they're actually in those clubs, if I'm there waiting for them or whatever, that's when I can message customers. That's when I can process a quick order. You know, it's not a case of, oh, I have to sit on my laptop and work or in my
Yeah,
office.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so flexible. And so that works really well as well. And I quite often join your Zooms from the side of
yeah,
an athletics pitch with my
yeah.
dry robe on, you know.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
we have a wonderful app, don't we? Actually, that helps us. So we've got an app that's it's like our PA. It tells you who you need to contact. It reminds us what customers you need to say thank you to, or what customers you need to check. Are they happy with their products? And that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? So you can do things on the go. You can find pockets
Mhm.
of time. I
Yeah.
often, if I arrive early to get my son, and I'm in the queue because now he's year 5, I don't actually have to get out of the car and go onto the playground. I can just queue up in this sort of
Mhm.
zone where he'll walk to me. Makes me very lazy, but I can sit there because I'm there 10 minutes or early sometimes, and I'll sit there and I'll bash out a few messages to a few customers, a bit of customer care. So it's really great that you can kind of like um, fit it into little pockets of time, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's no pressure. It's a case of you can spend as much time or as little time as you want. Obviously, the more time you spend, the more customers you'll meet, the more sales you'll
Absolutely.
get, the better the
Absolutely.
incentives.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
it's not a get rich quick scheme. Absolutely not. But what it is if you put the hard work in, you'll reap the rewards. If you want to do it very, very part time, you'll get a very, very part time earnings from it. You know, if you want to take it full time, you can get a full time wage, and you can get a very, very good one at that. So,
can I
yeah.
just say that coming from the education system, where I absolutely love my job, don't get me wrong. I love being in the classroom. I love teaching. I love what it gives me. But financially, it doesn't give me much. And also, um, working for Tropic, I really find that we are so valued. We
Mm,
are so looked after.
mm,
We are, you know, the commission is fantastic. The
mm.
incentives are incredible.
Mm.
And actually, it's so nice to feel valued and
Yes,
respected and supported.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I know every school is different, and I've worked in different schools, and some schools really value and support, and other schools less so.
Mm.
And it must be the same for other industries as well. But this is a company who really do value the ambassadors
Yeah,
and
they
really
do.
do look
Certainly
after
do.
us.
They certainly do. They certainly do. Well, thank you, Helen. It's been absolutely lovely talking to you, and thank you for sharing your story with everybody. See you later.
Pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye.